anything Quakers believe that you don't get to tell a Quaker what to believe?
There's lots of Quakers, and we all believe different things. We've got our testimonies, which are a lot easier to run through than the Ten Commandments, because the Ten Commandments say you can't do this and you can't do that. And
I think the simplest answer to that is many things. So we have a tolerance for a belief in a central deity like God or not. Many of us struggle for a word that we find that suits our spiritual experience. So we have the central terms of light and spirit. But I think the thing that unites Friends is the core notion that there is that of God in everyone. And sometimes we have to look a little harder to find it.
Quakers have a variety of beliefs. That is one thing I love about being a Quaker. I can follow where Spirit leads me. I do consider myself a Christian, and I believe in God, who's the ultimate spirit of love. That's according to my discernment, not because the church directs my beliefs.
What makes a Quaker is a person who believes that there is that of God in everyone. And I've long believed that. Quakerism is that belief at our core, and then it's a process, a way of living with integrity. And we have an easy way to remember it through the spices. The first three: simplicity, peace, and integrity. To me, those are the big ones that have identified Quakers throughout time. And then community, equality, and stewardship maybe are a little bit newer. But those are our guidelines for living, our testimonies, we call them.
We believe on the basis of our experience, and our experiences differ. So therefore we all see different facets of truth. Left alone, you can get off on a tangent and think that you've got the handle on truth, but when you're in a community and everybody understands themselves to have that of God within them and regularly practices that going inside, then you come to know that the truth, that you're all touching the same well when you go to the inside inner teacher. And so if I believe X and you believe Y and they're not compatible, then we haven't explored enough. We haven't really understood enough of how they come together. So what we believe is experiential, and then it's tested against others' experience, and thus we come to a deeper, shared, collective place to stand.
There are lots of things, I guess, that we're associated with believing. Believe in the importance of peace. The peace testimony was pretty central, and yet Fox didn't insist that Friends were not soldiers. Someone asked, do I have to give this up? And he said, wear your sword as long as you can, knowing that if you think about it, maybe you would then choose to give it up. So I think that's probably something that's distinctive more than anything about Friends, is that it's an intentional view that you can figure this out and ought to figure this out from within with the help of your friends. Some
Quakers orient their beliefs more towards nature or towards a non-God. Some are very specific and very Christ-oriented. It's just very individual for each person.
There's a wide variety of beliefs among Quakers. I believe that I am Christian in my orientation. But I know that many other Quakers see Spirit as something different from the Holy Spirit.
Quakerism really is a kind of faith that you have to practice, actively practice. Somebody once told me it was a do-it-yourself faith, because you have to recognize that of God within. You have to figure out how to access that. You have to read or participate or be available for conversations and for understanding what your own faith is. You develop your own faith. I would also say that it gives an opportunity to talk to people about what you believe.
Quakers believe that there is the light of the divine or the dust of the cosmos inside of every person, and that that connection with one's inner light means that a connection is possible with everyone.
Once looking for a religious answer, there are many dimensions, personal beliefs in the unprogrammed meeting I attend. I first thought that the only option was Judeo-Christian versus non, but have grown to realize there's a spiritual core to us all, and that this is what matters, how we relate to others.